Hey guys, welcome. My name is Liz Barnett. I am a fitness and food coach based in New York City and Northern New Jersey. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'm doing something this month called the Take 5 Challenge. So my goal was every day, Monday to Friday, to post a 5-minute video for you so that you could find easy ways to integrate more movement and activity into your daily life. For me, this month is really crazy, end of the year. I celebrate Christmas, and Thanksgiving just happened, so it seems like really hard to get everything in. So whatever's going on in your life, whether it's a busy holiday season or otherwise, I really think the most important thing you can do for yourself is find just even 5 minutes a day for yourself. I'm a fitness and food coach. I used to do a lot of personal training and I still teach a lot of group classes, but my business has changed a little bit and I'm doing more what I would call desk work. So more work on the computer, sitting down, which I realize is probably what most people are doing. Welcome. And I realized, when you're sitting at your desk all day long and you're kind of caught up in what you're doing, it can be challenging to even just five minutes. But I really truly believe that, better health and more happiness requires that you take time throughout the day, not just necessarily an hour at the gym, although that's great, or at a group class if that's what you're into, but even just, little periods throughout the day to kind of better yourself. So that might just mean going for a walk or getting up and stretching. But again, kind of just trying to break up your day with little moments of health and happiness. So if you've been following along, part of the reason I'm doing this is in January, I'm launching a 6-week group coaching program, and that's available for anybody. Not if you're based in New York, it's a remote program because I'll be doing weekly Google Hangouts with the topic is healthy habits. And hi, welcome. I'm doing well. Good morning, or good morning from my end anyway. I'm doing a 6-week program called Healthy Habits and Stronger Willpower for Real Results. There's no lack of information out there on what kinds of diets are available or the hottest new fitness trend, and I find that still year after year people might make these resolutions and they're never actually reach them. It's not because you're not working hard enough, welcome, or that you're not doing enough, or even that you're not doing the right thing. Most diets or exercise programs will work if you do them. The thing that I find is, people are inconsistent or, they just don't find what works for them. So that's another reason why I was doing this 5-minute a day challenge, is to just give you some variety and see that, movement and exercise specifically doesn't have to be some crazy, complicated thing. Just adding more ways of movement in your life can help out. So I'm doing this program in January, and part of the reason I was doing the Take 5 challenge is to get you guys in the habit of just moving daily. The program is $300 US. Actually, this week I'm offering it for a holiday special sale of $275 US, American. So if you're interested in that, check out my website, lizbarnett.com. There's a tab for services and a tab for distance coaching. You can find out more information about that program, which is all distance, and you get recordings of every week, and we have discussions, and you'll get some one-on-one time with me as well, so we can focus on your habits and goals. But for my most dedicated clients and followers who've been following along all month, I wanted to give you something a little extra special. So I am offering a free admission to this program. And in order to get that, you would have been having to follow along, welcome, good morning, every day, because every day I'm giving a code word. So the code word at the end, or all the code words at the end, add up to kind of a longer idea. So hopefully you've been following along. If you haven't, I am posting these videos, these Periscope videos on YouTube, so you can find me at Liz Barnett Fitness and Nutrition Coach, and there's a Take 5 Challenge playlist. Today's code word is strengthens. So if you haven't been following along, that might not make sense. But again, you can go back, check the previous YouTube videos, Liz Barnett Fitness and Nutrition Coach on YouTube, and you can find those videos there. So I may have gotten your attention because this morning I mentioned the best core exercise you might not be doing, and if you're doing it, you might be doing it wrong. If you've been working out for a while, or you're at all kind of, familiar with exercise, you might be familiar with things like crunches and sit-ups. Not going to go into a longer discussion about whether or not those are ever appropriate, but they're definitely not the best exercise you can do, especially if you have back pain. And if you think about it, if you're sitting all day long, right, at the computer, and it's kind of hard for me to show you. Actually, let me set my phone up over here so then you can see. Pretend that you're, kind of sitting at your desk, at the computer, and you're probably like hunched over, right, on the computer. I'm actually going to set this up a little differently so you can see the mat I have set up. There we go. Okay, so if you're sitting all day at a computer, kind of hunched over, sort of the last thing that you want to do is then kind of go into that flex crunch position, right? When you're sitting at the computer, your shoulders get really tight, your hips get really tight, and crunches kind of exacerbate that. So again, there are a time and a place in some instances for crunches, but they're not the best exercise. Anybody know what the best exercise is, or what I might share? The important thing to know about your core is not just your stomach, it's not just your abs, it's not just what you can see in the front. It's everything from your shoulders to your knees, actually. So shoulders, hips, and knees are the three major joints that involve your core, and your muscles that involve your core are your abs, of which you have 4 different kinds, as well as the muscles of the back and hips. Yes, whoever said plank, you are right. So planks, hi, welcome. If you're just joining, I'm showing you my favorite core exercise to strengthen your core, and I'm going to show you how to do it right and show you some things that you might be doing incorrectly, so that in the event that you're doing it incorrectly, 2 things can happen. You might not get the benefits, which is not that bad, you know, you're just kind of wasting your time, but worst case scenario, you might be injuring yourself. Side plank, so any plank variation is really great. You know, side planks are actually probably overlooked and even more important without getting too much into it, because this is just supposed to be a 5-minute challenge, but they strengthen the sides of your core as well. So those are awesome. I'm going to just stick with a regular forearm plank. There's also a high plank, but that's the top of a push-up. I see a lot of people in forearm plank. What's the difference between red and blue hearts? Is it just that you can choose the color? I actually don't know. But thank you, I appreciate it. So for plank, I'm going to just kind of show you from the side and then from the front what most people say. Oh, Vancouver. Oh, I was just in Vancouver this summer. I absolutely loved it. It was so cool. I did one of those bike tours, and it was a really active vacation, and I was there for work too, and I really liked it. Oh, got it. Cool. Good to know. Thank you for clarifying. So as far as planks go, basically you're holding up your own body weight. So some things that I see that you would be, you know, be able to see from the sides are people's butts popping up really high or dropping down really low. So the first thing is you want to make sure that your hips are in line with your feet and your shoulders. So that's really important. That's kind of might be obvious for most people. So if you're feeling any back issues when you're doing a plank, and I apologize if you're talking, I can't see you right now. Oh, thank you. You guys know way more about this than I do. So for planks, you want to make sure your hips stay in line with the rest of your body. The other thing that I see that a lot of people do has to do with the shoulders. So here's my #1 trick to set up your plank, right? So take your arms and you're going to kind of crisscross them and grab opposite elbows, okay? This is going to show you how far apart you should place your elbows. So I always do that when I do a plank. I grab opposite elbows, and then you're going to take your hands down, okay? Second thing you want to not do when I scope every day, right now, Monday to Friday. For the next couple weeks, I'm doing it. I should be doing it at 8 a.m. American. I'm a little late today, but I'm doing a Take 5 challenge every day to give you guys 5 minutes of movement. Today we're covering the plank. So you're going to grab opposite elbows, and I'm running over my time limit, and if you're saying something inappropriate, no thank you, I'm not going to respond. So grab opposite elbows. The other thing that you should not do is interlace your fingers, because if you're looking at me like this, right, what that's causing is internal rotation of the shoulders. Like I mentioned before, when you're sitting at a desk, you kind of get that anyway. So instead of interlacing your fingers, I challenge you to try it with your elbows or your forearms kind of parallel, like the number 11. So you can have your arms, and I'm going to move back a little so you can see. You can, sometimes I kind of use the sides of my hands, or you can turn your palms down. If you really have a tight chest and shoulders, try it with your palms up. So that's going to put your shoulders in slight external rotation there. It might feel more challenging when you do it that way the first time, but over time you're going to build strength. The other thing you want to think about is not letting your shoulders sort of pop up to your ears in that position. A common cue with fitness professionals, since a lot of people do tend to do that since we're really tight, is you'll hear a fitness professional say, pull your shoulders down. That's part of it. I am a certified fitness coach. So I'm certified in personal training, Pilates, yoga, kettlebells, TRX, spin, basically everything but Zumba, pre-postnatal. So I have a lot of different fitness backgrounds. So thanks guys who are just joining. If you missed any part of this, you can rewatch the whole thing. Basically, I'm a fitness and food nutrition coach based in Northern New Jersey and New York. And today I'm doing just a little 5-minute thing on how to do a proper plank. Welcome. There's lots of different plank variations, but we were just talking forearm plank. I wanted to give you a couple tips. Thanks for all the hearts to make it more effective and safer. So #1 thing, which you might have heard before, is not to let your butt drop or pop, right? That's pretty standard. But as far as your arms go, I say grab opposite elbows and don't interlace your fingers if you can. Either do palms up, palms in, palms down, palms in, or palms up when you're in that plank. And that's going to really help build strength in the shoulder. So if you have trouble holding your body weight up, that's a great way to build that strength. In terms of getting certified, someone asked about fitness. Hi, welcome. It depends where you're from. If you're from the United States or somewhere else, you can Google fitness certifications. It usually involves doing a program that you study and taking a test. The tests are practical information, but the most practical way to get better at doing this is lots of practice. I've been doing this for a long time and working with different clients. So if you're interested, you know, see if you have some friends that'd be willing to work with you so you can maybe study and test some stuff out on them. You know, it's definitely something that I find very, very fulfilling. So hopefully that you found this helpful in terms of how to improve your plank. If you missed this video, you can rewatch it for the next 24 hours. As I mentioned before, these are posted on my YouTube page, which is Liz Barnett, Fitness and Nutrition Coach. So you can see all the past videos for this for the past month, and I've been doing them almost daily. I did get sick. You got fat from donuts. That's funny. It's never just one thing, though. You're welcome. I hope that's helpful. Yeah, so check out the previous videos, Liz Barnett, Fitness and Nutrition Coach. I post them kind of the day after. Donuts are delicious. Thank you. I appreciate that. You can follow along and find all these different little movement things I've incorporated. Early in the month, I was using some of my favorite tools like foam rollers and resistance bands. You got to live a little. And hopefully you found this helpful. So tune in tomorrow. Thank you at 8 a.m. American US time. And I'll see you guys next time. My 5 minutes is up. Take care.